Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, second scrimmage. Guys made some plays, but again, just not enough consistency, not enough toughness on both sides of the ball. I mean, both sides made plays, but there's not enough. We're not mentally and physically tough enough. That's not coach talk. It's just the place where we're at right now. We got to grind through it. We got to be held accountable for our mistakes and get better. I mean, but there's a lot of good. There's still a lot of plays being made, a lot of talent out there, but not playing with enough consistency.
Are you surprised that's still an issue when we're about a week from spring game now?
No, I mean, it's spring ball. You think with the team has played as much as these guys have, you wouldn't have as much of that. Got some guys out, but that's no excuse. I mean, it's a shame. At the end of the day, listen, we can coach it. At the end of the day, they're going to make their mind up to do it. They're going to do it or they ain't. We'll see what happens.
As far as the O-line, what was your thoughts on him today?
At times I got frustrated. Then at times we ran the ball and ran it down the field really well. I tell you, number 9 at times today, Jacquez, you saw him flash and make some plays. Ryan Izzo jumped out at me. Derwin James jumped out at me today. DeMarcus Walker still playing hard. Those guys, but in the O-line part of it, we ran the ball very well at times. And I thought 9 took some runs, which I wanted to see him do with 3 and 4 yard runs, and made him 6 and 7 yard runs. You know that he started running with the power and the size that he has. You know what I'm saying? And pushing the pile a little. I mean, not enough yet, but a lot more consistent than he did.
Is that something you've really been looking for him?
Oh
this
yeah,
spring?
I mean, make people not want it. You're 230 pounds, man. Hey, you can tackle me once or twice, but after the third, fourth time, that gets old now. You know what I'm saying? That ain't good. And that's who he is. Not that he can't make runs and catch the ball. He caught the ball very well today too. But I mean, running with that back pad thing. Ryan Green had a couple runs today. He's got to learn to be more physical inside, but you saw him flash at times and do some things.
Would you say the offense is ahead of the defense?
6 one way, half dozen the other. And I really mean that because it would go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's too back and forth.
Before the spring, do you want to see a Josh Stone elevate at the pass rush?
Hasn't done. No. Josh has got some work to do. Josh is not bad. He's not going, but he's still got a long way to go as far as being one of those elite guys.
Do you kind of know what his potential can be?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, what he can do. When he wants to turn it on, he can do whatever. And I'm going to tell you what, the biggest thing about him, everybody says he's 240. That guy is so strong. It's crazy. The leverage he can play with and strength. I want to see him play with more burst.
You still rest some of those guys who are like Dalvin and Derwin?
Now, Derwin played a lot more today. Him and DeMarcus played a lot more. Dalvin they did.
Yeah.
And put Travis Rudolph in the blue. Just on the tackles caused the pile. But I let Dalvin and, Derwin, and 44 play a lot. Yeah, they play a lot.
As far as the linebacker, I mean, what's kind of been your thoughts on what you've seen out of road Derek and Matthew?
Okay,
and Josh?
played solid. And Matthew's been inside and outside. Matthew, he's flashed at times. Shamar has made some plays in there, and Josh Brown. Those 4 guys. I mean, they're getting there. They're not where they need to be.
Where do you say that the toughness isn't there? Is that strictly a physical thing, or is there more to
Both
it?
physical and mental. When you're mentally tough, you become physical tough. It's facts of life. I mean, but it's just both. We're not enough flying around just being physical at the point of attack and all the reasons. You know what I'm saying? Just on both sides. On both sides.
When the quarterbacks take control of the huddle or get response from the team.
I thought I was not pleased with that part of it today. They made plays today. There wasn't enough consistency and not enough fire and them taking leadership in what they did. I'm not being coach talk. It's just more that. I mean, they're doing some really good things. They're just not there yet.
Do you kind of sense like the players don't want to step on each other's toes, take that leadership, take that next step?
I don't know what it is. Never heard of that.
Any receivers flash at you today, Coach?
15 made a play or two. No, Odd and Casey made a play or two. I don't say Kermit made 1 or 2. But nothing. Again, Izzo had a couple of nice plays.
Has Travis been one of the biggest positives?
Yeah, and he's still a level which he can get to. There's still a level which he's got to get to too.
But you don't have a lot of time to reflect just from year to year and practice to practice. But when you look back at your career, what's the most rewarding part so far, and what motivates you going forward?
I mean, just kids development. Like just seeing guys like DeMarcus Russell come over today. I mean, just come over. He come over. Just want to come see me, come visit, be around the camaraderie, and see those guys that have developed. See guys that in the past. To me, it's all about the kids. At the end of the day, it is. You got winning games, winning championships, and letting them have pride. But at the end of the day, it's still about the kids and getting them developed as people and doing some great things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love in the future. Still working with the kids and trying to help them reach these goals. I mean, that's really what it's about.
How are special teams at this point in the
I'm
spring?
gonna tell you what, Ricky Aguayo, he missed 2 kicks today, but he had a ton. We gave him a ton of. He made 2 kicks at the end of the day, and we had 40 seconds on the clock. 45 seconds on the clock, ball backed up on the other 40, no timeouts. You had to kick a field goal to win. We got down a field goal range. And he had 2 really nice field goals. He made a bunch of field goals during the day in some situations. I think he missed 2, but I want to say we might have kicked 14 or 15. You know what I mean? On the day, just in different scenarios, put him in situations and things. I thought he kicked the ball and field goals. Did a pretty good job.
Is he more similar or different in terms of coaching him, personality-wise?
It's too early to tell. Still a little bit early to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Any 2-minute or short yardage?
Oh, we did all of that. Short, get goal line, short yardages, 2-minute, red zone. I mean, we did every scenario. And both sides had, in 2 minute, 2 minutes before the half, I think we got down and missed field goals. That's the 2 field goals I think he missed. He hit 2 to win it, though, at the end. Goal line offense was really good. Coming off the goal line offense was really good. And the scrimmage defense, I think Derwin had a nice pick in the scrimmage. Trying to think what else. Defense has early third downs, they did good, and the offense come back later on third down period. It was give and take.
Can you simulate things better in here than you can in the IPF?
Nah, it's still the same. But the other thing in here is get used to being in here. You know, and when you come in here, you got to play a certain level of play, and we got to get to there, get them used to being in here. Some of those first time they ever come in here. As crazy that sounds, even though it's a practice or scrimmage, they get a little intimidated till you come in here and play and just get used to it.
With the spring game a week away, is this where you're kind of disappointed with the scrimmage, or is this where you thought the team would be?
We'll just look and see. Again, there may be some things that was just judgments too. We'll watch the film and see where that is too. Okay.
So what do you guys need to see in the last week of practice to be ready?
More consistency and more awareness down and distance situations, time on the clock, awareness of how to play the game and to be more physically tough. Okay?